Hey guys, it's James. Just wanted to say I'm really sorry for this video being a late upload by like 2 full days. I'm really sorry about that. There will be an update video uploaded in the week sometime, just explaining why and giving a little bit of other news and stuff like that. So for now, just enjoy the story. And again, I do apologise because this did happen last week, but there is a reason for it. So see you in that video. Peace out, guys. I've always suffered with periods of sleep paralysis. I would get it once every couple of months or so, and I still do. Maybe not as frequently. When it does happen, it usually happens 2 or 3 times a week before it subsides. I lay in bed awake, yet completely unable to perform any movement. It lasted anywhere from 30 seconds to a few minutes, and when it does, I am literally paralysed. When I was young, I didn't know what it was. That is, until something happened to me and I started looking into it. I was around 16 at the time. It started with the first episode I had had for a while. I am always terrified when it happens, but this one night, I awoke slowly in my mind and realised I could not move. As I said earlier, some of the occurrences could last as much as a few minutes, so I was often wide awake when in this situation. I was lay on my side and my eyes were sort of half open, meaning I could see a line of blurry light. I lay there as I had in the past, being routinely scared and trying to wake myself up. Around 30 seconds after awaking, I realised this was no routine episode. I was still paralysed, yet my eyes had opened themselves a bit and I could see my bedroom door. It was rare my eyes were open, and although it had happened before, it added an extra level of fear this time. As I lay there looking at the door, I saw it swing open and I had a moment of relief as I thought my brother may have wet the bed and be coming in to tell me. This had snapped me out of paralysis before. What I saw was an old creepy looking man I had never seen before. He was pale and at least in his 80s. He stood in my doorway, staring straight into my eyes. He stood there, motionless for what felt like an eternity, but was probably more like 20 seconds. After this, he let out this almighty, ear-piercing scream and slammed the door. At that second, I snapped awake. There were beads of sweat running down my forehead when I woke up. I was still petrified, but I slowly got ready for college and continued with my day. Later that afternoon, I had a computer lesson. This lesson was the first time I googled "can't move when wake up." It was the first time I had heard of sleep paralysis. I read through a couple of pages, basically saying people are unsure of exactly what it is and what causes it, but it is basically that your brain wakes up before your body, and so you are paralysed. I read about how stress, eating properly, exercise, etc. could all contribute and play a part in sleep paralysis. Later that evening, I was sat at home watching TV with my parents. I live in a small village in the UK, and we were watching a local story about a man that was found dead in a field around 10 miles from where I lived. He had been violently attacked and left for dead. On today's news, he was identified, and I was almost relieved I didn't know him, but was overcome with sorrow for the man's family. Everything I felt was taken over with a cold fear, though, when they showed his picture. It was the man who was in my doorway that morning. My body went numb with fear and I began to shiver. It terrified me to the bone and still does to this day. So much so that this is the first time I've told anyone about what happened. Like I said earlier, I still suffer from occasional sleep paralysis, but it is much less frequent than when I was young. Thankfully, nothing like this has happened again, and hopefully, it never will. Hey guys, cheers for listening to that. I found that really creepy. Sleep paralysis does actually really creep me out. Just not having control over your body and all kinds of weird shit can happen and all that stuff. So if you liked this, don't forget to thumb it up, subscribe for more, and again, comment any ideas you have for videos in the future. I have a bundle of stories to narrate, and I could bundle them together in just a 4 scary stories video or something more themed if I've got the stories. So anyway guys, peace, see you next week.